been much hyped, much talked about over the last year or so. Her rise to fame has been extremely fast and extremely viral, for many reasons. Not very many of them have their music. um, let's say people find her attractive, and that has catapulted her to kind of newfound stardom in rap and hip hop. And she has parlayed that into a somewhat career, I guess. And she just dropped off her first kind of EP, first project, first collection of songs that you can like really check out and hear and see if the hype is what it says it is. So I'm not very familiar with her, don't really follow the trends, but she keeps getting talked about, so I wanted to check it out, see if she actually like lives up to it. Because for example, Cardi B got kind of a similar quick ascension to the top of the game, and especially on the female side. And I wasn't much of a believer, but over time she's kind of changed my opinion, and she's clearly here to stay. Let's see if Ice Spice can kind of do the same thing. So her new EP titled Like question mark out last week before, somewhere around there. And crazy album cover. Definitely getting people talking about that. Again, a lot of people talking about her for other things outside of the music, but that's beside the point. Let's just get into it. First track, In Her Mood. I believe this song is also getting a lot of kind of social media attention, being talked about, particularly from what I remember seeing. Maybe there's like a line that kind of alludes to Chance the Rapper, and he kind of hopped into this, which is kind of a connection I never expected to see, but there's that. All the songs, as you can see, are extremely short, if they can even call them songs, more like teasers. So short that we are probably just going to listen to this thing in its entirety. So let's just hop right into it. Track number 1, In Her Mood. So straight at the back, just kind of that New York drill sound that is extremely popular. And I say New York drill sound, even though I know drill really originated from UK and kind of came back. They're one of the only kind of sound genres that, instead of us going there, came back and we kind of adopted. But it is all the rage right now, and much like Cardi B kind of hopped on the wave of Kodak Black and the sound that was coming out of South Florida, she is clearly trying to hop on to the current wave and sound that is popular coming out of New York. Even though I will give her credit, she is from the Bronx, so she's just kind of putting out what is around her. That was a line that I guess got people talking about. He a rapper, but he don't got a chance. And I guess he kind of responded on Twitter. She responded in a nice little innocent back and forth, whatever. Really not much to talk about. The line was trash. It was pretty much throwaway. And yeah, it is what it is. Let's keep going. Hey man, production's catchy, chorus is catchy. She's not really saying anything exceptional or exciting in the lyrics, but let's be honest, that's not why we're here. And you hear us in the club, I can see it. I can see it make moves. I can definitely see it getting the crowd moving. Like, it's so hard to judge these type of artists because clearly they're not saying anything really worth repeating, remembering, talking about. It's all very generic lyricism, very generic songwriting. Like, anybody could be saying this or writing this at this point in time. But the production, like, even the production's as basic as it is, it's almost impossible not to admit that it's catchy and it makes you want to bop. And that's the whole point. Like, this is just easy, digestible music. And as much as I want to be like, yo, this is ass, I can't, because the production, is carrying things right now. Like, the production is the only thing worthwhile on this whole song. Like, I don't understand why it's called Princess Diana. I don't really know what she's talked about this entire time, but the production, and it's hard to kind of explain to people that aren't, as we say, who haven't been, as we say, outside. Like, if you're not part of that kind of outside lifestyle, it's hard to tell you why this works, but it works. So there's definitely been a trend of like all of these recent female artists in hip hop, particularly where they are straight up just remixing old 90s, early 2000s, mostly early 2000s, like classic kind of songs, club songs, that all they do is kind of speed up the sample, change up the drums, and boom, you have like another hit, another song that people are gonna love, which is basically cheating. Like, let's keep it a buck. It's basically cheating because the songs were already hits. Like, there's a reason why people already like mess with them so much in the first place. That's why like there's so much nostalgia. Like, you're playing to people's nostalgia so much that it's almost impossible not to get some sort of traction with songs like this. And this is clearly just another remix of P. Diddy, Loon, and Mario's song "I Need a Girl." Just like, again, sped up the sample, change the beats, change the drums up, make them a little bit harder, and boom, you got a new song. However many years later, but it's basically cheating. Like, you're juicing it. You're like you're taking steroids at this point, and as much as you want to hate on it, it's worked. It's worked for a lot of these artists. It's got their name out there. It's got them, doing shows and appearances at clubs. So it's hard to also kind of be mad at it because clearly it works and people are not as mad about it or care about it as much as I do. And there's whole generations of kind of kids now, young adults that didn't grow up on those songs, that maybe didn't even know what they were. So for them, it's kind of like, oh, this is fire. Like, no, this was fire 15 years ago. This is just a remix, but it is what it is. Kind of like that Afrobeat Caribbean sounds that they all kind of use, and it's juicing. It's straight up juicing because you can't deny it. It's catchy. Of course it's catchy. Like, of course it makes you want to dance. Of course it makes you want to vibe to it. That's why they use it in almost every one of those type of songs. So, I mean, the reason it's called Bikini Bottom is clearly it samples SpongeBob's kind of song, which is funny to see in a drill track. Let's go to the last track, Munch, Feeling You. Believe it or not, I've actually never heard the song, even though this is the song that kind of she first put out and everybody was talking about, but I've never heard it. So this will be my first listen to the song that kind of helped put her on the map, so to say. So that is Munch. So basically it is the male version of a thought of what a female would call you. What a female would call a male thought. Munch. All right. That is Like from Ice Spice. I think it's still too early to say. Like, I still don't have enough information to say if this is just kind of a one-off fad, or she's gonna be a passing, trend, just another one of the artists that comes and goes, or if she has staying power, like fellow, I'm pretty sure Cardi B's from the Bronx too, so fellow Bronx artist Cardi B, because Cardi B definitely kind of carved her own lane and really took really took what people said about her and flipped it on its head. Like, she made her own lane. She proved that she can, make song after song after song, and she's even improved drastically as a lyricist and a songwriter, and you know, and her rapping ability, because she's definitely eaten on tracks, you know, recently. I don't know if Ice Spice has that same necessary trajectory as a Cardi B or whatnot. I would be extremely surprised, and I would almost pay to see her actually write her own songs. But who knows? I won't, you know, fully dive into that conversation or debate, because it's obviously a lot of people feel like she's an industry plant, and she certainly has all the signs of being an industry plant, especially at this point with all this push that she's getting. But like I said, like, the music it's kind of what you expect from an artist of her status, of her kind of claim to fame to put out. It's New York drill music. It's what's popular right now. It's nothing surprising. Songwriting is basically irrelevant, non-existent, not even worth kind of talking about or diving into. Production is decent, solid, a lot of samples, a lot of playing on nostalgia and familiarity. I guess that's what they kind of call sample drill. So, you know, it's perfect for the algorithm, it's perfect for TikTok, it's perfect for social media. But outside of that, it's not really, you know, a ton to like really dive deep into or really contemplate or think about. If you hear it in the club, I'm sure it'll sound great. If you're not outside, if you're not like kind of part of that lifestyle, then it's just not for you. And I don't think much is going to change over, you know, this next year. I think she'll probably just continue to put out more singles, more catchy little 1 minute, 2 minute songs that will get a lot of play on Instagram and TikTok and social media. But it's still too early. Still too early to say if she has the potential or the trajectory of a Cardi B to kind of break out of this box that she's kind of currently in. Like, didn't change my mind about that in any way. It's exactly what I expected to hear, content wise, production wise, and like I said, there's some fun, decently catchy numbers. But outside of that, it's throwaway. It's pretty much all throwaway music, which is unfortunately a large percentage of mainstream hip-hop these days and music in general. But yeah, what do you guys think about Ice Spice's EP? Like, what do you think about the songs that you have heard from her? What do you think about kind of her status as an artist? Do you think she can kind of break out of that box and be something more substantial as an artist? Do you think she can kind of follow in Cardi B's footsteps, or do you think this is something that we'll forget about in 6 months and never really kind of talk about again?